Hey there guys and welcome back. Just gonna be going over what I think about the new patch now that it actually went live the day after it was out on PTR, which is kind of crazy, kind of defeats the purpose of PTR, which is usually to find out bugs, what people like, and the what cards are pretty ridiculous and kind of need to be changed before they go live, but they decided to release it now, which I mean, okay, that's their choice, but I'm just gonna be going over the pros and the cons, or at least the things that I like and the things that I do not like about this new patch as of now. And yeah, we'll go to the positive ones first because I kind of want to go over the positive ones first, and I just want to get this first negative one right out of the way, and then we'll go on to positive ones. My first negative complaint is where the heck is draft mode? Where's my new game mode? Like I was I was so excited to come on and play draft or whatever the heck the new game mode was, guessing it was going to be draft. I mean, this is why they came out with all the RNG cards and the new RNG leaders and 150 cards. They kept saying these cards are for the new game mode, and then there's no new game mode. We got the same crap. And I can't even escape the RNG with draft now. But yeah, we'll go into positive things before I get on to that. Um, really like the new change deck builder. I mean, they didn't make it so I could put over 6 silvers in a deck yet, but I can still. Now it's a lot easier to see everything that's in your deck. I mean, it doesn't look as fancy, sure, but you can access your collection at the same time that you're deck building, which is nice. Um, this right here is standard. I'm gonna go to standard, but I go to this. This is a problem though too, because you can't craft the cards from the deck builder. I mean, it like I can't craft them right here if I don't own them, which is weird. But I mean, I can go back and then craft them and then put them in my deck, which is alright. I mean, it is definitely quicker than it was, and it's really nice. I really like this new look. But I think they should just change it so you can craft them while you're in the deck that you're currently building, because that's usually the easiest way to do it. But they might just be fixing that later. The next thing, actually, that's pretty cool is, of course, the new event. Yeah, is the new event, the Midwinter Hunt event, is pretty cool. I mean, more rewards, and it's not as hard. It's really easy compared to the last one. Like, this is the easiest one yet. The first one was alright, had like one hard challenge, and then the second one had some really challenging things that was really fun, and then this one's easy. Just basically get your rewards, and it has the best trinkets. Like the dragon trinket, the dragon avatar, and the border that you get is really cool from that event, so that's pretty cool. What else is really cool is this quest. This new, I think this is a daily quest. I haven't completed my first one yet even, but I mean, it is pretty cool. Getting more rewards. I mean, 60 ore for winning 5 matches with Northern Realms seems a little bit iffy, but I mean, you already get like tons of rewards for getting 6 round wins. You get 100 ore, so that's probably why this just seems so low. But it does give you a bit more ore to work with all the new cards that they came out. So daily quests, pretty cool. Usually a thing that's in games, so I'm liking that. Yeah, the last thing that I really like, of course, is the new UI. The new UI is awesome in my opinion. I love this thing. I mean, the way you can mulligan cards now and it's just instant, and you don't have to sit there and wait for it to throw it back into your deck, and you can just like throw things away and use them up. Boom. Makes your mulligan thing really faster. I mean, when you play a card and everything, it looks really nice, and the new effects on everything are really nice. But what I don't like is the only thing I have a problem with the new UI is like when you go to it's just looks clunky. Like when you're going up and down, it's not as smooth as it was. When you play a card, it's kind of clunky. But they'll probably be fixing that as time goes on because I mean this is a whole new UI, so they'll probably be smoothing it up. And of course, the next thing I don't like is cards like this, where I bet you I pull a siege tower. Yep, look at that siege tower. If the bot didn't pass, I could have just pulled off like the craziest thing. But yeah, so RNG, we'll get into the things I hate now. Okay, things I hate is the fact that it's a lot harder to delete a deck now. Like it takes a lot more actions to go down, delete deck, confirm, which it makes it a lot longer. Like when the patch hit, I sat here deleting my like 38 decks for a good 15 minutes, trying to get them all out of there because they're all obviously not going to work now. But outside of that, the next thing I have a problem with is, wait a minute, did this? Wow, I just sat here and I realized that they took it out. You can't do that anymore. You can only sort it by color. Gold, silver, bronze. You can't say common or rare. That's not cool, guys. Just because there was only two new commons this patch out of all the new cards, 102 cards. I thought they were going to change a lot of them to commons because they were like, oh yeah, we're getting commons this patch with the S plural, so they gave us two. Which, yeah, that does make it commons. That just barely makes it an S, a plural commons. Like, out of 48 of the bronze cards, two of them are commons, and apparently I cannot sort this list by commons anymore to show you how ridiculously weighted this game is in commons and rares. But I'll count them up real quick and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back after counting them all, and I wrote them down. We got, now in the game, there's only 64 common cards, which I didn't think it was this bad. There's 132 rares, 150 epics, and 121 legendaries. So it is way weighted now. Like 64 common, only 64 commons, the rest of them more than double it. That's crazy. Because, I mean, yeah, the game's more generous in giving you your rewards, and all the rewards they give you, it's easier to get packs, it's easier to get rewards at the end of the season and whatnot. But with the fact of everything being in one keg, and the fact that there's like not that many different common cards to get, for you to get a full collection if things keep going this way and it stays in one keg, it'll actually be more expensive than something like Hearthstone after a while. Because that's just, yeah, it'll seem nicer on the surface, but mathematically it'd just be more expensive because, yeah, when everything's in one keg, you're just counting on your scraps to get stuff. And when there's way more rares and um, epics than there are commons, you're going to have to decraft a lot of stuff to get what you need. And with everything being one keg, you have a lot lower chance of pulling something that you need the more cards that you get. So yeah, that's a big problem. Well, we'll see if they end up splitting stuff up into different kegs or changing the rarities before full release comes out. I don't know if they're going to do that. Right now it's still not too bad for like free-to-play players and stuff, but it'll just get worse if they keep going this way. Then the next thing, of course, is RNG cards. Like these runestones that I thought were going to be crap, oh my god, they're amazing. Matchup after matchup where somebody drops a runestone is just ridiculous how much value they can get out of it. I've not seen a bad option yet where it hurts them. I was in a matchup and I was trying to pull off the Hensel combo, and they actually pulled off a disloyal unit, so they got to play two disloyal units on me and I had to pass, and then they ignied. But, I mean, because they're all 13 now. But that totally shut that down, so that's one way to shut that down. I've seen people pull a Brover Hoog and just crazy value stuff, because you get 3 choices out of all the silvers, and you have a low chance of not pulling something good. So, these things are a bunch of crap and are very competitive, let me tell you. If you want to run a deck, try running one of these. You'll love it. Just because you can't get a bad choice. Yeah, it's RNG on what you're going to get, but you're going to get something good. There's a very low chance of you getting something bad with these runestones. So this is a RNG competitive set right here. Let me tell you, that's something not cool. Along with winch. Winch is a problem, and slave driver is a problem too. So that kind of sucks. And I mean, I don't have like draft mode to go play now, even to get away from RNG, or at least in draft like RNG. I don't care because everybody's playing. You basically played RNG when you drafted the deck. But also, some of these new changes are questionable. Like Priest of Freya resurrect Bronze Soldier, now she can only resurrect soldiers. I guess that makes sense. It's just feeling kind of weird to get used to that one. But there is actually one in particular, which I do not know why they buffed this stupid thing. like this is why PTR needs to stay around for a bit before they release it live, is the Imperial Enforcers. Yeah, before you could have muzzled them, you could have dealt with them in some way, and Spies was already top tier deck because Spies is amazing, and Spies has been all Nilfgaard has been able to play for a while, and they decided to buff a spy, one of Spy's main card into dealing 2 damage for each spying enemy, which means when you play it, if you have 6 spying enemies out, he gets to do 12 damage right away once he comes out, which is crazy. Like, this guy did not need a buff. This was the main thing you were always trying to deal with when you played against Nilfgaard. Now, they'll get the value out of it even before you can stop it, so that kind of sucks. But, I mean, some of the changes are good, and some of them are really weird, and that brings me to my next problem, which is, yeah, the dumbing down of cards. I guess, as people are referring to it, I wouldn't really call it dumbing down, I'd just say it's, some of the cards were made pretty bad. Like, where's, like this one, the Shield Maidens. Don't know why they nerfed this card when it wasn't seeing play. It no longer does the 2 damage to an injured enemy, which I guess is why they're calling it dumbing down. They're removing a lot of the quote-unquote advanced effects, because, I mean, doing 2 damage to an already injured enemy is really advanced play, let me tell you. But now this thing just summons all copies of this unit, and it's a 3 power. It's a 9 power bronze. This thing sucks so much. There's no reason to run it. I was going to run it in Axemen, and then I realized, oh, this doesn't do 2 damage anymore. Don't know why. And yeah, my last 2 complaints about the new patch is, I don't know if this is a bug or what, but why do I have to craft the new leaders? I thought they were going to be in challenges, like how you got the other leaders, because that's what they were saying, because back in open and closed beta, you used to have to earn these guys or pull them from packs, and everybody hated it, so they made them all challenges for them to unlock them, but now you have to craft them? That's not cool. I don't know what's up with that. I'm not crafting these guys yet because they all suck and they would only be good in draft mode, except for Usurper. Gonna craft him for spies, eventually. And yeah, and then the last thing, of course, is the fact that they, with this new patch, they made it really dedicated to these new cards. I mean, it's probably because there's so many of them, but also with the nerfing, a lot of the old cards, like they didn't, I haven't counted it, but they may have nerfed more than they raised. Hey, look, people can stop saying that Geralt sucks because now he's a 15 instead of a 13. Um, but they they nerfed a decent amount of the old cards. And like, it's hard to make a deck just out of the new cards. I've come up with 2 because I haven't really crafted anything. I got the Hensel machine deck, which I just crafted Winch for, because that's all you need is Winch and a bunch of machines. And then I got Spies, of course, because Spies are still good. So, I mean, hey, if you can't get any of the new cards, just run old school Spies, and it still works out really well. And you don't really need to run anything else. So, yeah, Spies works, and that Hensel works with just putting in, like, my version right now is kind of messed up. I'm still messing around with it, because you don't really need Vain to Drift. But, I mean, right now, if you get Winch in the first round, and you pull out a Reinforced Siege Tower, and you kind of like play mind games with them and make them commit more and more to the round instead of just henselting them right away. Because usually when you play the Siege Tower, they'll just play a low value card because they're like, oh, I know what he's going to do, and I'm going to pass after this. Well, if you start playing cards that, like, not using your leader ability on the Siege Tower, and you just make them commit to more and more cards, yeah, you can pull out the Hensel to take the round at any time, because that's ridiculous how much value that gives you. I've actually had a couple matchups where I play the Siege Tower with my Winch, and then I don't even end up using it that round. I win the round without it, and then the next round I play Winch and I get another Siege Tower, and then I just Hensel for 64 power, and then I pass, and they have to go like 4 cards down. But this this deck's actually working out pretty well. But yeah, that's about it for all the things kind of liking and hating. Don't know why there's no draft mode. That really ticks me off. Like, I can't even express about how mad I am that there's no new game mode when that was the reason supposedly we were getting all these RNG cards. And I guess I'll just wait like a week or two and see how the meta turns out with these RNG cards. Because I can't even go play draft now. And I have to just deal with things like a runestone or whatever. And I'll play this really short clip of what the heck this guy gets to pull off. If you guys didn't see it, my last video was the new spawn mechanic. He plays like 6 cards in a turn, just completely different cards. It's crazy. Alright, he's going with his little unit. Oh, if he pulls a Herald the Cripple with this guy, this is why this guy's so good. And this is why RNG sucks. Because if he gets a Herald the Cripple right here, he's dead. Deaded. Looks like he went with a Nilfgaard one, though. Oh no, Holy Tell. Okay. And a spell? Last Wish? Like, what is this? Avalok into Avalok the Sage? Into Coral?
What do you need?
No, Sigdrifa. Into X-Men. What was that crap? This is what the spawn mechanic has done to the game. Wow. Well. That was stupid. But, yeah, that's about it. I don't know how I'm feeling about Gwent right now, overall. Gonna give it like a week or something to set in before I decide what the heck I'm gonna do about this game. But yeah, that's about it for this one, guys. And if you guys enjoyed, see you guys in the next one. Till then, have a good one.